The American Express Platinum Card is one of the most well-known charge cards on the market today. Its iconic look evokes feelings of luxury and status, but it does come with a hefty annual fee of $695. There are also multiple flavors of this card, such as the Business Platinum and the Charles Schwab Platinum, but today we're going to focus on the Morgan Stanley Platinum, which offers an annual engagement bonus covering the $695 annual fee, as well as allowing one authorized user for free, which usually costs $175 per year, which is a total potential savings of $870 annually. This seems like a good deal, but is it actually worth it for you? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Hey there, Sam from the Credit Frog. In this channel, we talk about the best credit card strategies to maximize your cash back, points, and miles. As I said before, the AMEX Platinum by Morgan Stanley offers a unique bonus for their cardholders by offering two specific benefits: a refund on the annual fee of $695, which is referred to as an engagement bonus, and a free authorized user on the card, which usually costs $175 per year. Personally, I'm considering getting the Morgan Stanley Platinum Card, as not only do I pay that $695 annual fee already, but also my girlfriend is an authorized user on my card, so I also pay $175 a year for that as well. And that ends up being $870 in annual fees just for the Platinum Card, which is a lot. So with the Morgan Stanley Platinum Card, I thought that maybe I could save myself $870 given my current Platinum Card situation. So I went through the math to see if it was worth it for me. I found out that there are actually 3 different ways to go about doing this. So I'm going to break this down for you today so you can see what these 3 different ways are and to see if the AMEX Platinum Morgan Stanley Card makes sense for your specific situation. But before we get started, if you find this video educational or valuable in any way, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like so I know you like this kind of content. Consider hitting that subscribe button down below, as well as turning on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our weekly content. And with that being said, let's continue. To maximize the value that you get back from the Morgan Stanley Platinum Card, I would consider this card if 1. You're already an established client of Morgan Stanley or plan to be a client of Morgan Stanley, 2. Plan to have the card long term, and 3. Also plan to have one authorized user on your Platinum Card. The Morgan Stanley Platinum Card offers a free authorized user as a base benefit, as well as the ability to redeem your membership rewards points for deposits into your brokerage account at a value of 1 cent per point. The initial requirement to open this card is pretty simple. You just need to have an eligible Morgan Stanley brokerage account, and for those of you who don't have an account with Morgan Stanley through your employer, the only other option is to open an account with their robo-advisor platform, Access Investing. You also have the option of opening a Morgan Stanley investment account managed with a financial advisor, but this option would have higher fees than the Access Investing account, so we're going to assume that you're going to use the cheapest available option, which is that Access Investing account. After you qualify to get the card, there are 3 pathways you can take to get value from this card over the regular version of the Platinum Card. The first path is to just have a brokerage account with Morgan Stanley and take advantage of the free authorized user, which is a base benefit of the card. With this strategy, you will still be charged the $695 annual fee. The second path is to open up a Platinum CashPlus account with Morgan Stanley in order to be eligible for the $695 engagement bonus, but pay the monthly account fee of $55 per month. The third path is to open up a Platinum CashPlus account to get the $695 engagement bonus and meet the avoidance criteria so you don't pay the monthly account fee either. Now, let's go through each one of these pathways in more detail. In the first pathway, we need to open a Morgan Stanley Access Investing account in order to be able to apply for the Morgan Stanley AMEX Platinum Card. This account requires a $5,000 minimum investment and has a 0.30% annual advisory fee based on your total account balance. For $5,000, this is about $15 per year. After getting approved for the Platinum Card, the first authorized user can be added for free, offering a savings of $160 after subtracting the $15 annual advisor fee from $175, which is the normal cost for an authorized user. You'll still have to pay the $695 annual fee since you don't qualify for the engagement bonus, so in the end, you save about $160 at the most, without accounting for any expenses incurred from ETFs or mutual funds as directed by the robo-advisor or any opportunity cost lost from not putting that $5,000 somewhere else. Overall, saving $160 per year isn't bad, but it does require you to have at least $5,000 that will have to remain in the Access Investing platform. In the second pathway, we're going to open a Platinum CashPlus account, but not worry about meeting the requirements to avoid paying the $55 monthly fee. And since the account has no minimum deposit amount, you can open the account with any amount you choose. If you have a Morgan Stanley AMEX Platinum Card and you have a Platinum CashPlus account, you automatically qualify for the $695 engagement bonus. It's important to be aware that this bonus would only be paid out in year 2 and beyond if Access Investing is your only qualified investment account as detailed in their terms and conditions. Since we'll be paying the $55 monthly account fee for the year, this would be equal to $660, which saves us $35 off the normal annual fee of $695. Having said this, we have to keep in mind that the $695 engagement bonus will be taxed by the IRS, and you'll receive a 1099 at the end of the year and have to pay taxes on this amount depending on your income tax bracket, which will eat into your total savings. For this example, let's assume you're in the 25% tax bracket, which would decrease your $695 annual engagement bonus to $521.25. So doing the math, you're being charged $695 for the annual fee, $660 in account monthly fees, and at least $15 in advisory fees. Then we subtract the net engagement bonus with taxes taken out of $521.25, as well as the free authorized user saving of $175. So you'd be paying $673.75 when you would normally be paying $870, getting a total savings of $196.25. But again, this would only be in year 2 and beyond, as I explained earlier. And finally, in the third pathway, we're also going to avoid the monthly account fee with the Platinum CashPlus account. To do this, we'll have to meet 4 qualifying criteria. Number 1, having at least $5,000 in monthly deposits into the account. Number 2, have a $25,000 average daily balance. Number 3, be enrolled in online banking. And number 4, have a Morgan Stanley investment relationship. Assuming that we've enrolled in online banking, and since we already have an investment relationship with Morgan Stanley by having their AMEX Platinum Card and Access Investing account, the only criteria we need to meet is having a $25,000 average daily balance and $5,000 in monthly deposits into the account. Having said that, keep in mind that the $5,000 monthly deposit can be done through ACH transfer from your existing bank, and once it's been received in your Platinum CashPlus account, that money can be transferred back out again without affecting our eligibility to waive the monthly account fee. Now, in terms of the average daily balance of $25,000, this is no small ask, as there's an opportunity cost with having that much money locked into the Morgan Stanley account. At a minimum, if this money were to otherwise sit in a savings account with a 0.5% interest rate, that would be $125 that could have been earned. And this is a low estimate because this assumes you don't want to put this money elsewhere that would get you an even higher return. And of course, remember that the engagement bonus will be taxed by the IRS. So, doing the math, you're being charged $695 for the annual fee, a $125 opportunity cost of keeping $25,000 in the Platinum CashPlus account, and at least $15 in advisory fees. Then, we subtract the net engagement bonus with taxes taken out of $521.25, as well as the free authorized user savings of $175. So, you'd be paying $138.75 when you would normally be paying $870, netting a total savings of $731.25, again, only in year 2 and beyond. So given what we just discovered, you have to ask yourself, is saving about $730 a year worth it? I mean, you'd have to open up all these accounts, leave all that money in cash, and have to keep track of the $5,000 monthly deposits and withdrawals, so there would certainly be a lot of hoops to jump through. Ultimately, I think this is going to come down to your own personal preference. If you can be okay with leaving at least $25,000 in cash with Morgan Stanley and automate the $5,000 monthly deposit, this setup could help you save on the annual fee, which could be great if you plan on keeping the AMEX Platinum long-term, since these savings would add up year over year. If you already bank with Morgan Stanley and have an existing investing relationship with them, then this also may make sense for you. For myself, I actually think I'm going to go for it. On one hand, there are certainly a lot of hoops to jump through, but on the other hand, it'd be nice to save on the annual fee and on the authorized user fee, especially since I plan on keeping the AMEX Platinum long-term. Also, as of the recording of this video, there's a pretty nice sign-up bonus of 100,000 MR points after spending $6,000 in the first 6 months, so this is definitely something that I'm interested in. This also makes sense for me because I plan on having one authorized user on my account, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope that this video will help you decide whether or not the American Express Morgan Stanley Platinum Card is right for you. What do you think? Do you think that this card is worth it for you? Let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure to check out my previous videos about other beneficial strategies. I'll be sure to link those on the end screen to help you get there. As always, have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video.